New tonight, nearly a dozen people out tens of thousands of dollars and left waiting for pools that were never built. It's the latest WBTV investigation into contractors taking people's money for work that's never finished. But this time, WBTV investigative reporter David Hodges found the builder whose license was being used by the pool contractor failed to provide important financial information, his license applications, raising questions about whether he should have had a license in the first place. David joins us now. And David, this story is similar to others you've investigated where customers just aren't being protected by the state regulatory agency.
Alex, that is exactly right. All of the information was right at the fingertips for the North Carolina Licensing Board for General Contractors, but the records indicate they missed the ball. By the time the customers were able to connect the dots, they'd already forked over a bunch of money that they'll likely never see again.
After weeks of waiting and months past deadline, this is what Janet Hajar is left with after hiring a contractor to build a pool. The last work done was a retaining wall.
And that's all we got for the month of September, and we haven't seen him since.
And today's December 1st.
Yes.
And I mean, this is just not anywhere close to complete at this point.
No, not at all.
Hajar detailed her problems with ANS pools and pavers in this complaint filed with the North Carolina Licensing Board for General Contractors. She hired them after seeing an ad for the company in a mailer. Unlike many other companies that have been difficult to schedule, she found ANS owner Mario Salmeron accessible. Construction moved fast in April, but then slowed down just as quickly as the reason for delays started rolling in.
We wanted everything finished. We were believing his excuses, basically. And he said, okay, we can get it done by the end of September.
And about how much have you paid out so far?
We've paid $33,000.
So we started digging into the company to see how many people were having the same problem. On its website, the company claims it's licensed, but we couldn't find any license attached to the owner or business. But then we started searching permits and found a completely different company name listed on them.
Had you ever heard the name Leonard Gabadon before?
No, I had not.
The permits were pulled by a company called Gabadon Construction or Gabadon Builders, owned by Leonard Gabadon. We started calling people who recently had pool permits pulled under that name and found 10, with only one pool completed by the company so far. Gabadon does have a general contractor's license, but records obtained by WBTV raise questions about whether he should have one. In 2020, Gabadon filed for bankruptcy with one of his companies. When he filed to renew his license under that company name with the North Carolina Licensing Board, he disclosed he had a bankruptcy, but just a few months later he filed for another license with a different company and did not disclose the bankruptcy. Records from the Licensing Board show that eventually the board filed its own complaint stating he did not disclose that bankruptcy. In a phone call with WBTV, Gabadon said he was honest with the board because he disclosed the bankruptcy on a previous form. If I said no on the previous application, then it would be hiding something. I was not hiding anything. This is the third time WBTV has found that the licensing board has failed to uncover a bankruptcy before granting a contractor a license. We previously reported the owner of Charlotte Fiberglass Pools was granted a license despite not disclosing a bankruptcy on his application filing. More than 40 customers lost hundreds of thousands of dollars. We also found the owner of GJK Building and Remodeling failed to disclose liens, bankruptcies, and even pleaded guilty to a federal charge. Later, he ended up stiffing subcontractors tens of thousands of dollars.
I'm a bit surprised that this even got this far. So when I found out that he was using another contractor's license, I was just shocked.
WBTV reached out to the licensing board to find out again what they're doing to protect consumers. In a statement, Licensing Board Secretary Frank Wiesner wrote, due to the volume of applications and renewals, coupled with the fact that a vast majority of applicants are completely honest on their applications, the board does not have sufficient staffing to confirm every detail in every application.
As you heard there, Mr. Wiesner claims that the vast majority of contractors are truthful on their applications and renewal forms, but it's unclear how he could know that if the board is not conducting background checks. There's still so much more to come on this story and how people who previously dealt with Gabadon are fuming that he's still working. I actually just spoke with one of them today. Keep following us for more updates on this story as it develops. Alex?
David, thank you.